Hey everybody, we are going to do one more video before the night is out here, because it just so happens that while I was finishing off taking care of some business around Azj-Kahet and doing all of the world quests and doing all the stuff that would get us rep for our Severed Threads people and doing all that stuff for the Vizier and getting bonuses for that, I came across this little section in the northwest side of the city of Threads, right about here, where there are a couple of quests from a guy down here, apparently. So let's go ahead and see what this is all about, and see if this is going to be a worthwhile portion of maybe Nerubian backstory, perhaps. So this is the legendary Legerdemain. Arsene is this one's name. And Arsene says, my, if it isn't dear Arachni's little plaything, come to sample a bit of proper Kaheti culture. The skeins are the heart of Azj-Kahet's intellectual and spiritual life. Contained herein is the legacy of a grand and proud people, and it is a legacy that ought to be preserved. Alright, so this is the Kaheti Nerubian historian, I'm guessing. Alright. So, quest number 1, means of ingress. And she says, look at you, just the sort of rogue element I need. My name is Arsene, and I am something of a connoisseur for the fine arts and histories of our people. It is my intent to enter the Royal Preservatorium. That's that large enclave just over there. And Robert blind. But gracious, the guards will never let me get close enough to survey their security. If only I had someone to help me find a somewhat more subtle way into the building. And she looks at you meaningfully. So, okay, I guess it's me then. We're gonna survey 3 potential entryways into the Royal Preservatorium. And number 2 is Skeins Street Irregulars. And she says, I would like nothing more than to go in and take a few of these pompous Surrey royalists out. It would make our infiltration that much easier, and would serve them right for trampling upon our history. But I cannot get close without bringing a whole host of guards down upon the skeins. You, though, no one will bat an eye at wanton violence if it comes from an overcrawler. Why not get in there and thin them out a bit? Oh, don't give me that look. You were going to do it anyway. So we're going to slay Surrey agents around the Preservatory. Do take care, even your borrowed aromatics won't help much against the Surrey. They'll attack anyone they don't recognize as one of their own. Well, that's okay. I'll just take him down. And I can't get in. Alright. But while I'm down here,
it's too far away.
Alright, there's going to be a roof entrance, I'm sure, up here. And where are you? Oh, nope, up a level. Right, right here, okay. It's the rooftop surveyed, alright. And she whispers, not a window pane in sight, and heavily fortified as well. I do not think we'll be sneaking in up here. Alright, so going in by the roof is out of the question. And we got some people beat up down here. And we'll get him. Oh, I specifically have to get the historians. Okay. Unless it's no. It's a combination of demolishers, historians, and contractors. All right, so I gotta get a whole bunch of them. I gotta beat a whole bunch of them up. All right. All right. Well, you know what? In the meantime, let's check out what do we got down here? Oh, look at this. In front of the Preservatory, there are statues of former queens. This is Queen Azj-Kahet. Only the title is decipherable. The writing on this placard is a series of burns, slashes, punctures, and strange sense that you lack the sensory organs to fully comprehend the meaning of. All right. Probably the same thing with all these ones. Queen Is, YZ. So there's Queen YZ, Queen Is, Queen Azj-Kahet, and the ones over here, well, we'll beat them up here first so I can read them. That's the Deathbringer. Not even Queen, just the Deathbringer. Queen Wailasa, or Jailasa, alright? Alright, one more contracting. Alright, and an underwater mine. A waterway surveyed. Ah, mines in the water, no doubt. Unfortunate, but predictable. Lucky they were sloppy and left a few out for us to see. Otherwise, you would have been for a rude surprise. Yes, so if we had tried to go in through the waterway, it would have been very, very bad. So it's a good thing we found that mine when we did. And a crate of ill-won spoils. The entrance is heavily guarded, as predicted. They're certainly moving a lot of crates in and out, though. They're moving crates in and out. Okay. So we stow away in a crate. Alright, we need one historian and one demolisher now. And demolishers are probably the big guys. Yep. Yep. Gotcha. Alright, and one last historian. Alright, that should do it. Nope. Yeah, here we go. Alright, back to Arceus.
My strand carries generations
Right.
of memory.
I'll be honest, friend, I find brute force somewhat lacking in artistry, but goodness, you make it into a performance piece unto itself. Color me impressed, and a bit intimidated.
Until we tangle again.
And for means of say what you will about our new queen, but she knows how to run a tight ship. They are ferrying their spoils of war into the building at a remarkable rate. But then, that may well be your ticket inside. Yeah, we're going to stow away in a crate.
May your destiny.
Alright, and she has two new quests for us. The first one is repatriation? What is repatriation. I have never heard that word used, ever. Repatriation by subtraction. Let's see what that means.
We remember all.
Ansurak and her ilk are so short-sighted, they think that by filling our museum with trophies of their recent conquests instead of relics of our own history, we will be less inclined to remember where we came from. Well, they are probably right, in the long term at least. History has a habit of bending towards the voice of its teller. Isn't that the truth? Lots of people rewriting history, trying to pretend what actually happened didn't happen. And of course, then they're the ones that blame the other side of claiming that the other side is the one trying to erase history. Very true in American politics for any of you out there that may be watching these outside of the U.S. by chance. If anybody ever does start watching these videos, for that matter. Alright, so we're going to loot 6 pillaged trophies from inside the Royal Repository. And quest number 2 from her is educate yourself. And she says, the relics of founding have always been the centerpieces of the Preservatory's collection. Together, those 4 artifacts tell our most relevant tale, that of the founding of Azj-Kahet, and of our people's rejection of our old masters. With luck, they will still be inside the Preservatory. Once you are inside, I want you to tamper with the shadecasters in front of each of the relics. Make sure that their messages are heard by anyone nearby, whether they wish to listen or not. So we're going to tamper with the shadecasters in front of each of the 4 founding relics. Which are those things that we saw, I believe. And so the heist begins. This ought to be a great deal of fun. Those crates in front of the entranceway should be your best bet in terms of access. I shall meet you within. Alright. So, we're gonna... Oh, okay. Alright. Well, first and foremost... Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the way of the big guy so I don't have to fight him. Alright, there we go. And we are going to go to the inconspicuous crate. Okay, that should have... Huh. Oh, there we go. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, nope. Okay, I got it. Okay, and now we're getting brought inside. Alright, here we are, inside the Preservatory. Ah, there's my delivery now. Congratulations on a most excellent infiltration, Valiant. Alright. There's a trophy there. Alright, here's one of our shadecasters. The Onyx Arms. Pitiful Queen Anubizel's onyx arms, laid bare in a bin like so many. These blades tore 1,000 foes asunder as our as our progenitor stood stalwart against those who would denied us our kingdom. Without these arms, Azj-Kahet does not exist. Ah, so these are the weapons of Queen Anubizek. There's number 2. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, sorry. That's it, come on. Alright, getting more stuff, Oh, and there's our next one. You stand before the loom of fates, the humble framework upon which the ideal of Azj-Kahet was born. When she was a more fate-spinner, Queen Anubizek saw an apocalyptic future for the Nerubian people, broken under the yoke of shadowy masters. She knew what we know now. If we attempted to walk with our kindred, we would fall to the menace of death. This prophetic loom showed our first queen the way forward for our people. Oh, so Queen Anubizek was the very first queen of Azj-Kahet. Okay, that is going to be a... Okay, that's going to be a specific guy we're going to have to down probably in the following quest. And there we go. Okay. And, oh, nope. Thought I could get around them, but nope. There we go. Alright. Tisk, to think that the Suraki dynasty would deprive the masses of their chance to pay tribute to our progenitors' very ashes. Allow me to educate the simpletons. The great Anubizek saw our fate woven amongst the strands of a flawed tapestry, and used that vision to guide us to our salvation beyond the bounds of the Black Empire. She perished in pitched combat against the sundry threats that faced our newbound burgeoning kingdom. Now she rests here, guiding us with her memory, even in death. So these are the ashes of the first queen, sitting right here. All right. And another trophy right here. Well, giving ourselves a little bit of a history lesson about the origins of the kingdom here. And, okay, I'm going to wait for him to pass by. So I'm not going to fight him and kill him and then be stuck having to fight him all over again. And of course he's walking right into the area I need to go to. Alright, we'll just walk around. Just take the long way around. Oh, this is where I first came... Or is this where I first came in? Oh, darn it. Son of a gun. I'm going to have to face another demolisher anyway. Alright. Alright, so the first declaration. Before the invention of shadecasters, our forebears recorded important words and movements upon vellum pressed from the husks of river reeds. Their ridges and bumps tell a story for those who care to pass their hands on to them. This missive, though, is no more scrawl. It is a first declaration, a copy of the words spoken by Queen Anubizek in her first act of defiance against our would-be overlords. We will not bend to the winds of our shadows. We shall depart this land, and we shall be free. Very reminiscent of the Declaration of Independence. Queen Anubizek wanted freedom from probably the old gods in the Black Empire, just how... And we did so with, and they did so with this first declaration, as they so put it. And we have the Declaration of Independence that freed us from our British masters at the time. Ah, darn it! Thought I could get away with not having to fight them. Alright. Ah, there's my delivery now. Okay, alright.
You tread a powerful skein.
Well, I'm sure this place is filled with the Queen's ransom. Yes, I've given you your trophies.
Softly.
Our sin's many eyes sparkled in the cave life. Though my goals today are not the philanthropic side of things, I must profess my appreciation for a good heist. Well, a good heist well executed. Look at all these treasures. I do so look forward to returning them to their rightful homes. For a finder's fee, of course. Imagine if Azj-Kahet's legendary Legerdemain became some sort of folk hero. Ugh, the very word sours on my tongue. Yes, I have your old artifacts and I'll sell them to you.
Until we tangle again.
And for educate yourself. And there we have it, a brilliant calling card to suit our schemes, and an excellent distraction to cover our escape, all in one convenient educational package. Would that it were all good news, however. Our exit strategy has grown complicated. Oh, was that so? Yep, I knew it. I knew we'd have to face this guy. Alright, and it's going to be all rep. Okay, so dogged pursuit. But of course, simply stealing the relics isn't enough. We need to teach the Queen's pet burrow worms a lesson in futility, or they will simply start the whole process again. That shouting buffoon near the central passage is Rezkal, a member of Ansurak's personal academic entourage. He's not very bright, but he makes up for it with enough strength to send either of us through a wall. I'm not inclined to go toe-to-toe with the big oaf today. Would you mind overmuch doing one last favor for me? Yes, of course, I've got to kill another big baddie. Alright, a Ansurak enforcer tasked with stripping the old histories from the Royal Preservatorium. Alright.
We remember.
Careful now, dear. That hollow-headed scarab has a nasty habit of trampling people underfoot. Well, I've got a bad habit of killing everything I face. Oh, Mr. Broker! Ah, he got me everything. Alright. Curse you! Was this your doing, Arsene? Why, yes it was. Alright, and how do I get out of here? Oh, do I just go out the front door? I just go out the front door now, apparently. Alright. But we got just a couple more to knock out, just to get them out of the way. Oh, come on. Come on. The Royal Preservatorium. Alright. And here's Austin up here. Alright.
Have you come to learn?
There you are. Fine job back there with the lummox. He may have been a buffoon, but he was a buffoon with very sharp blades on his arms. Now, with relics in hand, it is time for me to make my grand exit. I've a great many pilfered riches to reappropriate, after all. I've truly enjoyed our time working together, though. Perhaps with luck, our paths will cross again soon. Which it means, of course, they probably will.
Until we tangle again.
Alright, and that will do it. That will do it. There's no extra dialogue on top of that. So that was the infiltration of the Royal Preservatorium. All right, so there we go. Heist complete. And that will do it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, on this little mini adventure. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.